Welcome to Speak Peak English. Today, we are going to practice English with a story called The Doctor's Office. Along the way, we'll introduce some new vocabulary. It's a perfect opportunity to enhance your listening and speaking skills. Let's dive in and enjoy the conversation between Sarah, Dr. Smith, and Nurse Emily. Listen carefully. At the doctor's office. It's a bright Monday morning. The patient, Sarah, is sitting in the waiting room of Dr. Smith's clinic. The nurse, Emily, calls Sarah's name. Sarah stands up and follows the nurse to Dr. Smith's office.
Good morning, Sarah. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
I'm sorry to hear that. Please follow me to Dr. Smith's office.
Sarah follows Nurse Emily to Dr. Smith's office and takes a seat.
Dr. Smith will be with you shortly. Can I get you anything in the meantime?
No, thank you. I'm okay. Nurse Emily leaves. A few minutes later, Dr. Smith enters the room.
Good morning, Sarah. How are you feeling today?
Good morning, Dr. Smith. I'm not feeling well. I have a headache and a sore throat.
I see. How long have you had these symptoms?
The headache started yesterday and the sore throat began a few days ago.
Have you had any other symptoms, like a fever or a cough?
Yes, I had a slight fever last night and a little cough.
Do you have any allergies or medical conditions we should be aware of?
No, I don't have any allergies or medical conditions.
Are you taking any medication right now?
Just some over-the-counter painkillers for the headache.
All right, let me check your temperature and throat. Please open your mouth and say ah.
Sarah opens her mouth and says ah while Dr. Smith examines her throat.
Your throat looks a bit red. Let's take your temperature next.
Dr. Smith uses a thermometer.
Your temperature is slightly elevated.
Is it something serious, Dr. Smith?
It seems like you have a viral infection, possibly a common cold. Have you been resting and drinking plenty of fluids?
I've been trying to rest, but I haven't been drinking much.
It's important to stay hydrated. Drink lots of water and rest as much as possible.
Should I take any medicine?
You can continue with the painkillers for your headache. For your sore throat, try gargling with warm salt water.
How often should I gargle?
Gargle 3 times a day. If you don't feel better in a few days, come back and see me.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Dr. Smith.
You're welcome, Sarah. Take care and get well soon.
Nurse Emily enters the room again.
I hope you feel better soon, Sarah. Do you need any help scheduling a follow-up appointment?
Yes, please. That would be helpful.
Let's go to the front desk. We can schedule it there.
Thank you, Emily. Nurse Emily and Sarah walk to the front desk.
Would next Monday work for your follow-up appointment, Sarah?
Yes, next Monday is perfect.
Great. I've scheduled your appointment for next Monday at 10 a.m.
Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Take care and feel better soon.
I will. Thank you, Emily.
Goodbye, Sarah.
Goodbye. Sarah leaves the office, feeling reassured and ready to follow Dr. Smith's advice. After listening to the conversation between Sarah, Dr. Smith, and Nurse Emily, I feel inspired to appreciate the care and attention we receive from healthcare professionals. How about you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, let's dive into some new vocabulary words from the story to enhance our English skills. It's time for word exploration. 1. A bit under the weather. Definition: feeling slightly ill or not well. Example from the story. Sarah said to Nurse Emily, "Good morning. I'm feeling a bit under the weather." Example from real life. I won't be able to join the picnic today. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. 2. Follow me. Definition. A polite way to ask someone to come along or walk behind you. Example from the story. Nurse Emily said to Sarah, "Please follow me to Dr. Smith's office." Example from real life. "Please follow me to your table," said the waiter. 3. Get well soon. Definition. A wish for someone's quick recovery from illness or injury. Example from the story. Dr. Smith said to Sarah, "Take care and get well soon." Example from real life. After her surgery, her friends sent her flowers with a note that said, "Get well soon." 4. Slightly elevated. Definition. A term used to describe something that is higher than normal but not excessively so, often referring to temperature or levels in medical contexts. Example from the story. Dr. Smith said to Sarah, "Your temperature is slightly elevated." Example from real life. The doctor said my cholesterol levels were slightly elevated and advised me to change my diet. 5. Over-the-counter. Definition. Medicines that can be bought without a doctor's prescription. Example from the story. Sarah said to Dr. Smith, "Just some over-the-counter painkillers for the headache." Example from real life. You can buy over-the-counter cold medicine at any pharmacy. 6. Follow-up appointment. Definition. A subsequent meeting scheduled after an initial visit to monitor the patient's progress. Example from the story. Nurse Emily said to Sarah, "Would next Monday work for your follow-up appointment, Sarah?" Example from real life. The dentist scheduled a follow-up appointment to check on my healing. Now, we've reached the final round. Let's practice both listening and speaking skills together with a repeat after me session. Ready? Let's begin. At the doctor's office. It's a bright Monday morning. The patient, Sarah, is sitting in the waiting room of Dr. Smith's clinic. The nurse, Emily, calls Sarah's name. Sarah stands up and follows the nurse to Dr. Smith's office.
Good morning, Sarah. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
I'm sorry to hear that. Please follow me to Dr. Smith's office.
Sarah follows Nurse Emily to Dr. Smith's office and takes a seat.
Dr. Smith will be with you shortly. Can I get you anything in the meantime?
No, thank you. I'm okay. Nurse Emily leaves. A few minutes later, Dr. Smith enters the room.
Good morning, Sarah. How are you feeling today?
Good morning, Dr. Smith. I'm not feeling well. I have a headache and a sore throat.
I see. How long have you had these symptoms?
The headache started yesterday and the sore throat began a few days ago.
Have you had any other symptoms, like a fever or a cough?
Yes, I had a slight fever last night and a little cough.
Do you have any allergies or medical conditions we should be aware of?
No, I don't have any allergies or medical conditions.
Are you taking any medication right now?
Just some over-the-counter painkillers for the headache.
All right, let me check your temperature and throat. Please open your mouth and say ah.
Sarah opens her mouth and says ah while Dr. Smith examines her throat.
Your throat looks a bit red. Let's take your temperature next.
Dr. Smith uses a thermometer.
Your temperature is slightly elevated.
Is it something serious, Dr. Smith?
It seems like you have a viral infection, possibly a common cold. Have you been resting and drinking plenty of fluids?
I've been trying to rest, but I haven't been drinking much.
It's important to stay hydrated. Drink lots of water and rest as much as possible.
Should I take any medicine?
You can continue with the painkillers for your headache. For your sore throat, try gargling with warm salt water.
How often should I gargle?
Gargle 3 times a day. If you don't feel better in a few days, come back and see me.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Dr. Smith.
You're welcome, Sarah. Take care and get well soon.
Nurse Emily enters the room again.
I hope you feel better soon, Sarah. Do you need any help scheduling a follow-up appointment?
Yes, please. That would be helpful.
Let's go to the front desk. We can schedule it there.
Thank you, Emily. Nurse Emily and Sarah walk to the front desk.
Would next Monday work for your follow-up appointment, Sarah?
Yes, next Monday is perfect.
Great. I've scheduled your appointment for next Monday at 10 a.m.
Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Take care and feel better soon.
I will. Thank you, Emily.
Goodbye, Sarah.
Goodbye. Sarah leaves the office, feeling reassured and ready to follow Dr. Smith's advice. That concludes today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed learning with the conversation between Sarah, Dr. Smith, and Nurse Emily at the doctor's office. If you liked this session, please consider liking and subscribing for more content. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep exploring and practicing your English. Until next time, take care.